I can't do this anymore with my wife. I, 30 male, can't keep this up with my wife, 30 female. We have been together for 14 years, married for 3. Ever since we got married things seem to have changed. We used to live in Houston, Texas, and she convinced me to move to Colorado to take a better job than the one I had in Texas. She just transferred and kept her same job. The job I took was to be a machinist for the railroad fixing diesel locomotives. It's a good job, but the schedule sucks and the PTO is terrible and no sick time at all. I've tried everything to make her happy. Over the past 3 years since we moved to Colorado, changes have been happening. She's been more angry towards me. The sex has dried up. She has a problem with everything that I want to do and all my hobbies and interests. In my free time I'm building an off-road race buggy and I'm taking flight lessons to get my pilot's license, a lifelong dream of mine. I busted my ass for years to save the money for it, not a dime came from her. All my hobbies come from my own money, which I don't have a problem with. The issue is she wants me to help bankroll the things she wants to do. She wants to do dog breeding on the side and it's hard for me due to working nights and taking flight lessons. She expects me not to sleep to take care of puppies. I was against this from the beginning, but I've been helping her without complaint or question. She yells at me and tells me to shut up constantly in my house. I don't want to deal with this behavior of disrespect in my house and my life. Sometimes I feel like I would be happier by myself. I'd be happy in a single wide trailer on a couple acres of land in the middle of nowhere if it meant I could have peace and tranquility in my life. I feel like she doesn't respect me or my life. I do love her, I really do, but I can't deal with her anymore. I don't party, drink, do drugs, cheat, no criminal activity, or sit around for hours and watch sports. Everything she wants she gets. She constantly calls what I want to do with my life a waste of time and money. I don't want to be belittled and disrespected anymore. Please give me some advice on what to do. Sounds like your relationship has reached its expiration date. Time to pack up and move alone. Why stay in a situation where you're miserable and she treats you like garbage? You say you've tried to talk to her and she doesn't give a shit. Any time you spend waiting around hoping she'll suddenly change is going to be wasted, because she's told you she isn't going to change. You can love a person and still hate them. She does not appreciate whatever sacrifices you have done for her. I am pretty sure no amount of your sacrifice will please her. Also, from the comments it looks like any communication with her is impossible. Plus she is acting like a spoilt princess. I doubt any amount of effort from counseling will change her behavior throughout her life. I would suggest you start doing things you love while stonewalling her and prepare an exit strategy from your marriage. Like maybe record the abuses she does to you. Document everything for divorce so you can escape her with less damage than you already have endured. Talk to her about it, and if she threatens divorce, answer with, "Okay," and walk away. She thinks she has you by the balls. It is supposed to be a partnership, and she sounds like an abusive narcissist, so there is no fixing the situation, sorry. Go and post this on the narcissistic abuse and they will confirm. Run, Forrest, run. If you have tried fixing the situation, talking honestly about it, suggesting working together, etc., then divorcing is the right answer. So you have been dating since you were 16? Sounds like you two grew apart. Maybe time to leave. I moved from Texas to Colorado to be with a girl before I turned 21. Was young and dumb, and after a year, we were both miserable. Ended up breaking up after a shit vacation to Vegas. I was broke and had to live in employee housing at my job for a minute, but goddamn was it fun to be single in Colorado. Even in my bumfuck little town there, plenty of women coming through due to tourism, and I made the 3 best friends of my life during this time. Go for it, bro, she sucks. Found out serious red flags about my boyfriend. Hi, this is sad for me to post, but I need help. My boyfriend has told me about some toxic situations he has had with ex-girlfriends in the past and how he has changed since. He has told me about one time where he accidentally broke his ex's nose 5 years ago, and how another ex from 2 years ago was about to get a restraining order from him but didn't because she was the one actually in the wrong and falsely accusing him because she had mental health issues. I went through his messages because I had a bad feeling today. He goes through mine and I go through his sometimes. I wanted to see if he was telling the truth about the situations, even though they happened a while ago. I read that he gave the first ex a black eye before the nose incident, and he also punched the second ex in the face, which is why she got the restraining order. I had no idea about this because he didn't disclose this to me. I'm not sure if they were abusive or not back to him for sure. But from what I read it seems like he is very at fault. The second ex said he punched himself in the face after he did that to her to make it seem like it was her fault, which I confirmed with him to be true. When I confronted him he didn't have much to say except he's sorry and he's changed. He won't tell me the actual story about what happened with the black eye and says he doesn't remember. I also found evidence that he sent multiple nude photos of about 4 of his exes to his best friend less than 2 years ago. He did this without their consent and I am extremely disgusted. I don't know if I can trust that he has changed and am very upset that he did this and didn't disclose anything to me. There have definitely been red flags in our relationship like this as well. Gaslighting me, throwing me at the closet once, holes in walls etc. I have never been hurt by him but I am scared it could happen. I love him so much and he has been making a lot of changes and working hard to give us a good life. But I don't know if I should be with him after all of this. Edit. To elaborate, he threw me at the closet door by my hair, and ended up breaking the closet door. I also did not say that he recently, a few months ago, bottled himself and needed surgery on his arm because he punched a hole through the window. Most, if not all of these things happened while he was drinking, which is another problem. He has substantially cut back on his drinking in the last few months, which is why I said he has been changing for the better. I appreciate everyone's advice and I am leaving him. This is not a red flag. You're in the middle of the storm. Please take care of yourself. If you're gonna break, don't do it in a place alone. Don't do it personally even. Don't let him guilt trip you. I believe that people changes, but exceed not the asshole LLY broker knows. I don't buy it. He doesn't seem like he is honest and repentful. He has not changed. He literally lied to you about what happened. If he changed, he'd have told you the truth and said he's not proud of it but he's trying to do better and he respects you enough to tell you the truth. He did none of those things and literally shared intimate pics of his former partner with a friend. If you break up, he'll likely do that to you as well. Run. I kind of can't believe you typed all of that out and ended by saying how much you love him. He is a giant red flag wrapped in red flags. He will hurt you. And he will tell you it's your fault because you knew he was violent and you stayed. Run. Run fast. Don't look back. You know you're next. Make a exit plan, do not discuss with him, leave when he is not there. Get your finances in order and delete this post. Stay safe. Find a shelter if you have to, he is a ticking time bomb. Tell your friends and family his history and your experience, cover all bases. Immediately file for a restraining order or protective order as applies when you do leave. Filing while with him may get you killed. Please get out. He has shown you, he has told you, he has physically abused you, you know what he is capable of. And check out Ebby45, she has domestic abuse resource links and tips. He hasn't changed. Throwing me at the closet once. Holes in walls. It's a matter of time before he hurts you. He's a liar. He's an abuser. He has already abused you. He has beaten 2 prior women. You need to run. www.thehotline.org. He's been making a lot of changes? Where? Stop lying to yourself. If he'd changed, he wouldn't have lied about hitting his exes, and he sure as shit wouldn't be gaslighting you or throwing you into a closet. He hasn't changed. He's just gotten better at lying. Now, you're at a crossroads. You see, for yourself, that he is not who he told you he is. He is not nice or kind. He is not healthy. You see this, and you have the evidence in front of you. Are you going to pay attention to these red flags, or are you going to hope they go away? Because next time, and there will be a next time. You're not exempt. He might not stop at a black eye and a broken nose. You could very well be walking into a situation you're not going to get out of. Leave ASAP. You're in danger. Break up with him in a public place and have a friend waiting for you in the parking lot or something. Wife kind of cheated on me 10 years ago. My wife and I started getting with each other just over 10 years ago, started officially dating 9 years ago, engaged 3 years ago, married last year and have our first baby on the way next year, which I'm so excited about. Since the baby is on the way, I've been cleaning out the spare bedroom in my free time, boxing things up to put them in the attic or throwing things away. So a few nights ago I'm cleaning out the closet and I come across this little box. It's mostly pictures my wife has taken over the years, maps from the places we traveled and a little book. I opened the book to see what was in it, and immediately felt my stomach drop. The book was a diary my wife kept about her backpacking trip she went on with her friend during the period at the beginning of our relationship when we were hooking up, but not officially dating. The page I opened to detailed a sexual experience she had. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't put the diary down. I had to read it cover to cover. I knew every story in the diary, where she went, what she did, even the parts about the 2 guys she made out with in clubs. She had told me about that stuff in the past and I was okay with it. I still am okay with it. But, the part that is eating me up inside is this guy that she slept with. According to the diary, they had been talking before she left for the trip. It didn't detail how they began talking, but it was clear it was the first time they met. He lived in a town in Spain that she studied abroad in a few years prior. When she arrived in the town, they immediately slept together, her citing that it was awkward because she had been sleeping with me for 6 months prior. They hung out for the next 2 days, sleeping together again before she departed to her next destination. She talked about in the diary that he wasn't the perfect man she thought he was, and the experience being with him left a lot to be desired. That was all in the diary, and I wish the story just ended there. I'd be okay with that. But fast forward 5 years. My wife and I went on a trip to Spain and she wanted to visit the town she studied abroad in again. When we arrived, we met up with the guy. She said they met while she was studying there and he took us around town for the day, bought us dinner, took us to the bar his friends owned. It was a very nice time, he was a nice guy. But this is the part that bothers me. This is the part that I feel like I was deceived. She had to go back to this town and see this guy again. Was it completely platonic? Did she want to see if he changed? My mind is going everywhere. Did he sneak a feel or did they steal a kiss when I wasn't looking? Does she still have any feelings for this guy? Now, very coincidentally, last night she shows me an Instagram post from this guy to show me it's snowing in that town in Spain. I know it meant nothing, but it has really pushed me over the top knowing that she still has a window into this guy's life, lied to me about their relationship, etc. So, I don't know what to do. All this was so long ago, and we have a baby on the way. But this is eating me up inside. Am I reading too much into all of this? What could her side of the story possibly be to put me more at ease? Should I bring it? How would I even bring it up? There's no good time, she's pregnant, that'll totally stress her out. UGGGGGGGHHHHHHH. Sorry, just need to post all this to vent. Well, like you said, this is eating you alive, so you know you're going to have to talk to her about at some point. What's wrong with the comment here? Why everyone is targeting Op for reading her notes while fully excusing her for keeping a secret and still going to the same FK buddy, same place with her husband. I have full sympathies with Op. Remove your last paragraph. Show her this post. Maybe clean up the language a bit. That will tell her all she needs to know about your feelings. Or maybe ask her, did she ever have sex with this guy that she seems infatuated by? I mean, she studied there, backpacked there, vacationed there, and she shows you pics of him. Ask her if they had a relationship. 6 months into fucking someone. If you two aren't exclusive, then that needs to be explicitly said. Because any reasonable person would feel awkward cheating on the person they've been dating for 6 months. I'm not here to debate what's cheating, what's not, etc. I am just gonna talk about facts and options. Facts. She lied about how, when they met, she still talks if you guys met up with him. And #X200B. Options. 1. Simple. Hey, I found this while cleaning, what's all this stuff about, insert name. 2. Wonder for the rest of your life, until you can't take it anymore and leave. 3. Read Reddit comments of people arguing if it's cheating or not. The fact that she wants to go back to that same exact location is very weird. She has to be in contact with that same guy if ended up coming across him again. Location flag. It's good you actually found that out. Now it's time to come to confrontation. I would ask a lot of questions. Still in touch with him? Traveled to visit his town? Yeah. No. Makes you wonder how many people pull this crap and don't keep a diary. Tell her what you found and tell her what you read. Then ask her why she's still in contact with a man who has been her lover and where she got the balls to take you to Spain to, obviously, see him. You may also wish to find out why she's still in contact with him. Your relationship is in jeopardy because of her dishonesty and selfishness. It's too bad that she's pregnant, but her choices brought you here. I'd actually question my wife if she settled for me because the man she, quite possibly prefers, is an ocean away. You had been together for 6 months. Any talk of exclusivity should be a technicality. She cheated and she knows it. That's why she said nothing about it. If seeing other people is still okay at that point, you need to be open about it. Otherwise you are in fact hiding your activities, which you do if you know the other person would not be okay with it, which is cheating. Her wanting to go back there knowing what you know now and what she was hiding from you is a serious issue not to be glossed over. If someone has not done anything wrong, there is no reason for them to actively hide it, which she did when you went back to Spain. You deserve to know that they had a history. This is an intentional lie of omission. I think my 19F boyfriend, 21M, is gay and is cheating on me with my brother, 21M. Throwaway account and English is only my second language, so apologies for incoming grammatical errors. I'll call my boyfriend in this story as Eli and my brother as John. I have been with Eli for 3 years now and he's charming, attractive, smart, which are all characteristics that I turn on to. Meanwhile there's John, who's like the typical high school crush, and I do admit he's handsome that I heard a few girls in high school, even my female cousin, had a crush on him once before. Eli keeps asking me a lot of questions about my brother during our dates, and it's okay for me, but sometimes it gets so much that it annoys me sometimes, which made me sometimes teased and made fun of him that he has a crush on him, which I feel like he does. 3 days ago, my parents weren't at home, so he visited me because we're going to the mall and was waiting for me to get dressed, and while we're talking, I can see him blushing to John. I didn't mind it, then I walked into the bathroom and took a shower. Then I heard him and John walk into his bedroom and lock the door. I continued showering and basically, throughout my 10-minute shower, it was like dead silent. When I got out of the bathroom, I heard some moaning noises in John's bedroom as if like they're having sex. After I put on my clothes for like a few minutes, I walked closer to John's bedroom door and hear him say I'm gonna come, and moaned. I banged on the door and asked if everything's alright, and I suddenly heard them wearing their pants and opened the door. John said they're just playing video games and stuff. I know he's lying. So afterwards we spent together some time in the mall. When we were at the mall, I saw him holding hands with Eli, and when I tell them, they said it was an accident. When we came home, I asked John if he's gay and have feelings for Eli. He's nervous and is really shaking. I can see tears on his eyes, and said no and walked into his bedroom. I really know he's lying, but he just can't say it. I was confused and mad at the same time that I messaged Eli that I want to break up with him for cheating on me with my brother. He kept lying, saying they were just friends, even though I have already seen everything and the obvious signs. A moment later, when I tried to walk into John's bedroom to talk with him, he was crying really hard while calling Eli, talking about his relationship with me and that he's a closeted gay and hasn't came out to me and our parents. When I approached him, he finally admitted that he wants a relationship with Eli and he came out to me as gay. I was devastated and ran away from his bedroom very angry, so John tried to hold my hand, telling me not to tell mom and dad about it first until he can do it. I am very devastated, confused, not knowing what to do. What can I do next? I know outing John is a bad idea, but I can't cope with the fact that he's into Eli. Let your brother know you accept that he's gay and all, but he's fucking dead to you for fucking your boyfriend. If they were having sex, you have to know that Eli likes John more than you. I know it hurts why to hear, but your last sentence just says your brother likes your boyfriend, when it should say they both cheated. I agree with people here. You can say you support him in his sexuality, but your relationship as siblings is over. The next move is to talk with Eli, when you're calm enough to have the conversation. He cheated on you with your own brother, now's the part where you break up with him. Ask that he doesn't come by your home for a while, and probably ask if he plans to continue his and John's relationship, to keep you out of the loop as much as possible. Don't out either of them. Although they've hurt you, outing them could put them in physical danger. If anyone asks why you guys broke up, just say Eli cheated. It's the truth, no need to go into specifics. Ditch both. Sexuality doesn't excuse being a shitty boyfriend or brother. You all really think this is real? This is probably one of the easiest fake posts I've seen in a while. They both took your trust and crushed it, they're both fucked up for that. But the parents need to know what your brother and your boyfriend did to you. It's fucked up, let him come out himself. But I think they should know. Update me.